Hey everybody, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. Today we're going to be looking at a story called Room for One More. Um, also, eyeball candy. They're like eyeball gumballs. They taste alright. They're like, but they taste alright, but they're like really sweet, and it's like can't handle it a lot at a time. But anyways, let's get into Room for One More. There was a young woman who had just started a new job in an office building. She was walking to work one day when a long black hearse drove up slowly next to her, matching her pace. This made her nervous, and she anxiously watched it out of the corner of her eye. The driver leaned out the window and called to her in a deep, booming voice, Do you need a lift?" She turned to look at him and got a terrible shock. The driver's face was incredibly hideous and deformed. His skin was a deathly pale, and one of his eyes were noticeably larger than the other. The man pointed to the rear of the vehicle, which contained a coffin. "Room for one more," he said. Frightened by his bizarre appearance and unwelcome suggestion, she refused his offer of a lift. Profoundly disturbed, the woman ran down the street until she came to the office building where she worked. For the rest of the day, she couldn't stop thinking about the strange man in the hearse, and was glad when work finally was over. The woman worked up on the 9th floor, and when the elevator came, it was almost completely full. She hesitated a moment before stepping in. "Are you sure you don't want to come in?" asked a familiar voice. "There's room for one more." The woman gasped. It was the hearse driver from this morning, eyeing her with his lopsided horrible gaze. Now thoroughly spooked, the woman backed away, stuttering. I think I'll just take the stairs." The hearse driver just stared at her as the doors slid closed. The woman had only taken a few steps down the stairs when she heard a chorus of screams, followed by a deafening crash. She hurried downstairs and discovered the elevator cable had broken, and all the passengers aboard had plunged to a grisly death. And that is how that story is going to end. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is one of the ones that was really freaky to me when I first read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. We'll have a few more scary stories to tell in the dark throughout the rest of the month. There's several that I want to talk about. But anyways, guys, you guys are amazing. You guys rock. I'm totally sunburned again. It's literally October, and I'm like sunburned. Well, technically it's September 30th at the time of this recording, but in a few hours it's October somewhere. Okay, it's October somewhere. All right, see you tomorrow.